Hello, everyone. What is up? I'm here with Angela. It feels weird saying your full name. I always just call you Ange.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
So I'm here with Ange
Uh,
just from Does Our Dream, my bestie. Um, so we're gonna be talking about, our plans for 2022. It's a new year. Happy New Year, everyone. Didn't say that. I didn't text anybody Happy New Year. When the ball dropped, I
uh-huh.
immediately just went to bed. I was so
Yeah,
tired.
yeah, yeah.
So tired.
We were too.
I was going to text people, but I was so out of it. I was like, I'm going to bed. I'm tired. So
Good answer.
so Monarch Moments, Garrett was first. Catherine Wilby, Christine Hickman, Movie Mania Nick, Lisa, hello. How is everybody doing? I want to know how everybody's new year has gone so far. We're on day 3 of 2022. 2021 went out with a very sad bang. Betty White is dead. I'm so upset. Okay, Ange, I'm gonna tell you the story about how I found out that Betty White died, okay?
Oh, geez. Okay.
One, I feel like this is one of those I remember where I was when this happened type thing.
Right?
Everybody knows where they were when, like, this person died or when this event happened.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember exactly where I was when I found out Stan Lee died.
Oh, really?
I was at the Rockettes in New York City,
Uh-huh.
and I had my phone off the whole show, and when I turned my phone on, I had a million texts from people saying that Stan Lee was dead. So that's how I found out Stan Lee died. But so I was at the mall with Matt and
Uh-huh.
his sister. We went to Bath and Body Works because Matt had a Bath and Body Works gift card
Uh-huh.
that he had gotten for Christmas.
Yeah.
So we walk in, and Mom had told me to FaceTime her when I got into the store because she wanted to see if there's anything she wanted. So I pull my phone out and I have I have two text messages. One of them is from my best friend, Emmy, and it says, "Kenzie, Betty White." That's all it says. And then my mother's text that says, "Did you hear?" And in my gut, I'm like, I have a feeling these texts are related. I have a
Oh.
feeling this is not good. I respond to Emmy, I'm like, "What happened to her?" And she goes, "She's dead." So I, without thinking, in a Bath and Body Works store, yell to Matt, "Oh my god, Betty White's dead." And
Yeah.
straight out of a freaking sitcom, one of the Bath and Body Works workers goes, "What?" I'm like,
Oh,
"I'm sorry.
no. Oh, no.
I've ruined your shift. I am sorry." Like I was so upset. But yeah. So that's how I found out Betty White died, and that's how I ruined a Bath and Body Works employee's shift.
Yeah. Well, when I first saw it, I didn't think it was true because they were
Yeah.
making such a big deal about it that she was going to be 100.
Yep.
And then it's like, before 2021 ends, Betty White, and I'm thinking, no, that's probably like a hoax or whatever, but it wasn't.
Well, because so in Turkey Coop, Mike had sent it, and you said you didn't know if it was true or not. So
Right.
because of your message, my mom thought it was fake. And then she
Oh,
had to go research it, and she was like, "No, she can't be dead."
like it was crazy. Yeah, it was just so
Horrible.
weird.
Kyle Lee, welcome in. Russ, hi from Hollywood Studios. What's up? All right. So, there's a lot that happened in 2021, but now we get to, focus on the new year. Um, there's a lot to look forward to. There's a lot that's going to be happening.
Yes, I
Just to
agree.
name a few, I'll be getting my associate's degree. That's something. Um, I'll be most likely moving across the state
Oh boy.
to a totally different city with Matt. Um, and yeah, those are the two big things that'll
That's pretty
probably be
big.
happening.
That's pretty big.
As long as I do good in my classes this semester, I'll get my associates. Let's hope.
You will.
Shuri, welcome in.
Did you talk about this before? And I
What?
just missed it about moving across the state or no?
Oh, BDF, welcome in. I didn't see you there. Sorry about that. What was that?
Ted, you talked about this before. Or no? Moving across the
unsure.
state.
I'm
Okay.
unsure if I talked about it before.
Okay, but
So
you're
if
saying it
anybody,
now.
if anybody didn't know, I believe I've mentioned it on other people's streams. I don't know if I've ever talked about it on my own stream. Hi, Matt. Oh, AJ is watching. Hi, AJ. So if any of you didn't know, I am currently Mike Wheeler. Welcome in. I'm currently attending a community college that is only for 2 years, which will give me an associate's degree. And then in February, I'm going to be auditioning for a second school where I will hopefully get my bachelor's degree. And then hopefully at the same school, I will also get my master's. Candy Tank, welcome in. I'm happy to say that now there's a lot of hot sauce package coming to you guys sent out today. Oh my goodness. I got 2 packages of hot sauce today, and I'm getting another one from Mike Wheeler. Chaos. Absolute chaos.
Wow.
Nathan, welcome in. So yeah, so where I live right now, if any of you didn't know, I live in upstate New York. I attend a community college that's about an hour from where I live. One of the schools I'm hoping to attend is about 4 hours north of here. And the other school I'm auditioning for is 5.5 hours west of here.
Yikes.
So,
Matt's terrified.
Yeah, no, he's scared.
Why?
Who knows?
You guys will be together.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to look at it. I feel like I'd be a lot more terrified if Matt wasn't going with me.
Yeah.
Like, I was just moving by myself to a totally different city and a totally different part of the state. Like, well, everybody remembers that I had an apartment last year. Everybody remember 2 years ago now. Everybody remembers that. That was a thing. Oh, he's
terrified of the hot sauces.
Thank God. I thought he was terrified to move with me. I was like, whoa, where's that coming from? Every other time Em and I have talked about it, it's been fine. Why is it
okay?
YouTube chat.
Now I get it. I get it now. Okay. Now that makes more sense.
Okay. I understand now. I'm not insecure in my relationship anymore.
Oh no, I'm sure he's not terrified.
No, I know.
He was just like, it would be scary, starting a different life, and yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, everybody knows. In 2020, I was living in an apartment. Literally, I only lived there for a month because they wouldn't let me out of my lease. I'm not afraid to say that on stream. This apartment building, I had signed on a lease before COVID hit. And when COVID did hit and I was told all of my classes would be online, they didn't let me out of my lease. So I was forced to pay 12 months of rent, or my parents paid 12 months of rent for it. I only lived there for probably a month because I was trying to be independent. But I was also like, what is the point of living here if I'm, I don't have anybody here that I'm friends with. I don't, I'm alone here.
Right.
And I'm not attending classes in person. So what's the point? So I moved back home and, all of my stuff from that apartment I have now. That apartment, I know I'm no longer there. And so, a part of me is like, oh, well, I've lived in an apartment before, but I really haven't, because that was more also student housing. That wasn't like an actual apartment that I was like furnishing myself and doing all this stuff. So, I feel comfortable saying the schools that I'm auditioning for. One of the schools, it's about 4 hours north of where I am. It's SUNY Potsdam, Crane School of Music I'm auditioning for. And the other one is SUNY Fredonia. So we will right now my mascot is the Ducks with the school I'm going to right now. But in the fall, I'll either be the Bears or the Blue Devils.
The
So
Bears.
so we'll see what happens. Also, I was wearing Dad's Cowboys hat today when I was running errands, and Matt was not happy.
Oh, geez. That's
Yeah,
funny.
I was happy to move home from that apartment. That was a not good situation. And then also it made no sense for me to move there anyways, just because that was also around the time when Matt and I started our relationship.
Yeah.
It didn't make sense for me to be living in a different state while starting a relationship with somebody. So,
Right. Right.
but
Yes, it was smart. What you did was smart, you know?
I tried.
Yeah.
uh, it is what it is. Life is life.
Yeah.
So on in February, uh, there are going to be 2 Saturdays. One of them I will be driving 5.5 hours west to SUNY Fredonia, and I'll be auditioning. Um, and then the weekend after that, I will be driving 4 hours north, to audition for Potsdam. And,
Okay.
um, honestly, either one I'll be happy with. A part of me is leaning towards Fredonia only because I kinda wanna live that Western New York life. Like, I wanna go to Wegmans and drink
Yes.
Loganberry.
So are you gonna be close to Erie, Pennsylvania?
I'm gonna be less than, like, 2 hours from Pittsburgh.
Really?
I'm gonna less than 2 or less than 3 hours from I'm gonna be like I told Amy, I was like, "If I'm going to Fredonia, you better drive up here."
All right, I gotta find that on the map because I wonder if you're close to Erie.
I'll have to
That's
look. Chris, what's
yeah.
up? Gitchy, all that talk about picking your own football team and you wear a Cowboys hat, it was the only hat I could find. But I do like the Cowboys. That's the thing is that, I like a lot of teams. I dislike some teams. There are some teams that I'm like, "Ooh, I'm not a big fan." Buccaneers. But, and that's only because of Tom Brady. And
You're
then
gonna have to maybe be a Steelers fan now if you're that close to
I
Pittsburgh.
told Matt that, he was like, "No."
Buffalo? I mean, you're gonna be close. I'm not sure where you're gonna be close to, but it might
If
be
anything, if I base what team I'm a fan of based on where I'm living in the fall, I'm gonna have to be a Bills fan, which is okay because I really like the Bills. Because
okay.
I'm gonna be less than 3 hours from Buffalo.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, Matt said it's close to Erie. Wow.
Yep.
So we might have to have a meetup because we'll have to figure it out because all
You're
right,
gonna have
let's
to
just
come
we're
see.
get putting the cart before the horse.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, you're gonna have to come see me in Matt's apartment.
Yes.
Well, because here's the thing: whichever school I'm going to, I'll most likely be at that school for 3 years because
Okay.
I'll be getting my bachelor's and my master's.
Okay. Okay.
Um, like I said, either school I'll be fine with. Like I said, I'm leaning towards Fredonia only because of the stuff that's around the school, but not because of the school itself.
Okay.
But both of Matt's parents are from Western New York. So Matt has family out that way.
Uh-huh.
And you know, Western New York life, going to Wegmans, drinking Loganberry at the store or not at the store at the restaurants and stuff.
Yeah. Well, when you said Wegmans, I'm like, that made me think of Erie because that's the
Yeah.
only place we knew that there were Wegmans was up in
Mhm.
Erie. So
I mean, I can look on the map really quick. I'll see where Fredonia is Fredonia compared to Pittsburgh, I can give you that too.
okay. Because
So
Erie's like
Fredonia.
2 hours from Pittsburgh, but
So SUNY Fredonia.
sponge candy. Oh my gosh, Matt. Did
It's so good.
Jeff loves sponge candy.
We are obsessed with sponge candy. Well, because Matt and I went over to Rochester with his family over the summer last year,
What?
and Matt really wanted to get sponge candy, but they don't make sponge candy over the summer because it's so hot. So
Oh
we
my
couldn't get
gosh.
any. But my mom found that you can order it online and get it shipped here. So we've had sponge candy shipped to
From
my house multiple
from
times.
from Dolphins or somewhere else?
I have to look at the box. I don't remember. I think Matt still might have a box at his house.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Every Easter we would go up to Erie. Jeff's mother would have a box of sponge candy for Jeff.
Yeah, sponge candy is amazing.
And I had never heard of sponge candy in my life.
All right.
Isn't that funny?
So the distance between Fredonia and Pittsburgh is 2.5 hours.
So it's only a half an hour from Erie then, probably? So sponge candy is like chocolate, but it's real like light and airy inside.
Oh, it's so good.
good.
It is like the best.
Yes.
So from Erie, an hour. It's an hour from Erie.
Okay. All right. Well, there
And
you
that's
go.
what I drive every morning. So
Wow, that's crazy.
So yeah, sponge candy. No, so let me pull up a picture of sponge candy because it's so good. Okay,
Oh, spongecandy.com from Buffalo. Okay. Because there's a Dolphins that's near Erie that also sells sponge candy.
so sponge candy is amazing. It melts in your mouth. It's delicious.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull up a picture right now.
It's chocolate based, but it's very light.
The ones we've gotten are like encased in chocolate.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
So I
that's
guess it could be also called honeycomb candy. I think I've seen that places where this can also
yes.
be called that.
Yeah, there it is. Okay,
So
now I
good.
remember. Yeah.
So good. But the one we get looks like this because it has chocolate around it.
Yes, it's chocolate around the outside. Like a Kit Kat almost, but better.
So much better.
Yes.
It is a New York thing. It like Western New York, probably Northern Pennsylvania type thing.
Mhm.
So good. Like, that's what I love. I love when places have things that are specific to them.
Yeah,
Like, sponge candy is such a specifically Western New York thing and
right.
Northern Pennsylvania, and so is
Mhm.
Loganberry.
Okay.
Have you ever had Loganberry before, Ange?
I don't think so. I heard of it,
It
but
is good. It is really good. We've we've had, it's made in other areas in the US, but there are different names for it. Okay.
yeah, seafoam toffee. That sounds like it's
Yeah, that
similar.
sounds like what it would be. But so Loganberry, let me show it to you. Matt has actually gotten cases of it
Mhm.
before, but there are certain places when we were over in Rochester, we went to this restaurant where they had the soda fountain, the where you put your drink and
Mhm.
you get the drink from the soda fountain.
Yes.
Loganberry is one of those things.
It's Kenzie. Kenzie's talking about sponge candy.
Hi.
You've had sponge candy, right? You remember from
Yeah, from
grandma's?
grandma's.
Yeah. Isn't that funny?
So this is Loganberry.
I never heard of Loganberry, did you?
Mhm.
All right, she's off.
I'm hungry.
You're
there's-
hungry? Oh, look at
That's
that.
Loganberry. It's
Ah,
really good. Like um if I'm living over in Western New York, I'm gonna be getting Loganberry all the time.
yeah. I never tried that. Never had it.
It is really good. I bet they probably have it in Erie. You'd have to check.
I'll bet you they do. Yeah, I'll have to ask Jeff.
Oh, so Matt looked it up. The seafoam toffee is the same thing as the sponge candy. Also honeycomb. Okay.
Okay, there
Yeah,
you
so
go.
it just has different names everywhere.
Yeah,
The
that's
sponge
pretty
candy
cool.
is so good.
Yes.
And it is not something we have over in Eastern New York.
Okay. Yeah, we don't have it down here in Florida. In fact, there's no New Year's pretzel down here.
See,
There's
that's
no,
not something we have either.
there's no pork and sauerkraut on New Year's Day. So let me show you a picture of a New Year's pretzel. So this is like a traditional New Year's pretzel.
Your screen's frozen.
Oh,
Oh, there we go. I see it now. Yeah. Okay. I think I've seen that. You've shown that to me before.
yeah. So Abby like made one out of cinnamon rolls
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
Because it's
Brian,
good
welcome
luck.
in.
Like you have to have a New Year's pretzel, but they don't
Yeah.
sell them down here. So,
Mike Wheeler said that there's a place in Daytona that makes it. The sponge candy.
oh, okay. Okay.
Make a little
Hold on
drive.
1 second. I'll be
Yep.
right back.
So yeah, I really like the idea of Western New York, but all like I said, Northern New York is also really good. The Potsdam area, it's a little more isolated. There's not as much there to do, but it is right next to the Canadian border. And Matt and I both have enhanced licenses, so we would be able to go to Canada. Um, and it is pretty close to stuff up there, so it's not the worst thing in the world if we're in one place or the other. I feel like both places are really good. Surf Bomb, what's up?
Abby's
Okay.
very mad at Zach because he ate all the pizza today. You want to wheel in here? No. No? Oh, she's crabby, Abby.
It's a good way to put it.
See, Kenzie, you don't have to worry about that with no big brother, like.
I know, no siblings. Well, okay, let me tell you about. Catherine asked me earlier what I was going to be doing with my music degree. Yes, I am planning on becoming a music teacher. I'm planning on once I'm done at whatever school I'm at, I'm hoping to move back to where I live now or around the area of where I live now.
Okay.
But she sees it happen though. Yeah. So here's the thing about siblings for me. Never had siblings. I'm an only child. Closest thing I ever had for a sibling my entire life was Emmy as my sister. And we never really later on in our life, like when we were really little, we fought, but going later on, like the last time Emmy and I had a fight was like years ago. Like her and I don't fight like
Right.
siblings. We're just really close.
Yeah.
Like she's my best friend. So, but wonderful things happen when you date someone who has 4 siblings.
Right.
And he's the oldest at 20, almost 22, and the youngest is 5. So,
Yeah.
and then there's, 3 in the middle. So, I see a lot
But
of sibling stuff now
right.
with them, and I
Yeah.
do consider them my siblings now. Like, we call each other like, me and his sisters, like, I consider them my sisters.
Right.
Like,
But would they eat
I'm
your pizza? No.
Oh, they totally would.
Oh, would they? If it was in the
Oh, they
fridge
totally would.
and it was supposed to
They
be for you and then they
probably
would
if
eat
they
it?
knew it was mine, probably not, but they would totally
Exactly.
eat they would eat Matt's pizza.
Oh,
But yeah,
man.
I'll tell you, the amount of times I'm at their house and Matt and Vicky, like, wrestle each other, it's like it's insane.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like,
That's
he's
funny.
always
Now,
like
but would your dad eat your pizza though? Maybe, right?
oh, my dad has eaten my pizza. My dad has eaten all of the food in the fridge without a care in the world whose it was.
Okay, all right. So you've dealt with it just on a different level.
Yeah. Oh, and then Matt, I wasn't gonna mention it because I didn't know if it was anybody else's business, but Matt's sister's
Oh,
getting married. Her and I are the same age. Her and I graduated together, me and Val. But she is getting married next month. So
wow.
I will be going to a wedding.
Nice.
So, like, I like to look at it like now I have 4 siblings, but now I have 5 siblings because of Val's fiance, Rob. He's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So I
Look
am
at
very
that.
close with all of them.
Instant family.
Yeah, it really does feel like that. I showed the Christmas card before, but I'm gonna show this picture. This is everybody on Thanksgiving.
Aw. That's so nice.
Very nice. They are my family. They are. Like I consider all of them my siblings and like I
Yeah.
try and go to like I go to the basketball games as much as I can. And
Uh-huh.
I try and be the supportive sister. as much as I
Yes.
can be. You know, to make up for the how many 19 years I wasn't a sibling.
Right. Right.
Now I get to, do that.
Right. Fun stuff.
I have shown the Christmas card. You told me I could. Um, but I was gonna say something. Oh,
You're
another
talking
thing
about
that
food?
happens this year. I turned
Uh-huh.
20.
Oh boy.
I will
No
no
more
longer
teen?
be no longer in the teens. I will be 20 years old in March.
Wow.
And to think
You're
about it,
getting uh-huh.
I joined the community when I was, what, 17?
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I
Wow.
have to look back. I think it's either
It
17
was.
or
I mean,
16.
it was at least 17 because I remember when you turned 18, you
Yeah.
know? So I thought it might have even been younger than that.
I think it's either 16 or 17. I have to go back in
Yeah.
my videos and see when.
Yeah.
Because normally, whichever year it is, I subtract 2, and that's my age. Like, it's
Got it.
2022, I'm gonna be 20. Matt doesn't need to do any of that. Matt was born in 2000, so he's just 22.
Oh, that's cool.
In March, I will be 20 on March 5th. Yep, so I will officially be in my 20s, which is a weird
Wow.
thought.
Yes.
But then one
Yes.
more year until I can drink in Disney, so
Oh, geez. Look out.
just gotta keep waiting. Time crawls. It's very slow right now. I mean, not
Oh,
actually though, because I feel like the past, like, 5 months have been so fast.
I know.
So weird.
I
Yeah.
agree. It goes quick.
Like Matt said, I have been designated driver since Matt and I started dating. I am always designated driver when we go
Mhm.
places, because 'cause he'll get a drink and I just have to I gotta be the designated driver.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So,
So
you'll have
if I
one
go
more year of that, right?
Yep, and then I told him I had to be I'll by the time I turn okay, okay, I was 17 because when I had just turned 18 when we did the play. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, if I
But you
go
were
to
still doing YouTube before that. You just weren't as active in,
Yeah.
this community,
So,
that's right?
my first video was
Yeah, because
posted
it's been a while.
September 22nd, 2018.
Okay. Wow.
Something is going one second.
She thinks time's flying now. Wait till she gets to be my age. Then it really flies.
I think my dad's phone was going off in the other room
Oh,
because
okay.
he leaves his phone home. But yeah, so
Okay.
I was no, I was 16.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So I'm pretty sure I did YouTube for almost a whole year before I joined the community.
Mhm. Time flies when you're having fun.
It was. But yeah, so I'll be 20 this year. I'll be 20, I'll be getting in a degree, I'll be moving to a totally different city, like, it's gonna be crazy this year.
Yeah. There's a lot going
Amy,
on.
AJC.
AJC.
Oh my gosh, I
As
love Amy so much.
as Zach would say.
My mom and I do that all the time, my dad too, which
Yeah,
AJC because of
AJC.
Zach.
Oh,
So yeah, I must have started doing YouTube when I was 16,
yeah,
and then I turned
yeah.
17, and then I joined the community the summer after I turned 17. So I've been doing
Mhm.
YouTube since I was 16, but everybody has known me since I was 17.
Right, right. Yeah. Yeah, because I
Unless for
remember
some
you had done some streams, like, from the park and stuff too. That was even before the play and everything, right? Yeah.
Yes, I had streamed from the park in I streamed from the park 2019. The Timothy Rainwaters, welcome in. Yeah, so I had streamed from the parks. The very first stream I ever did was on Halloween 2019.
Okay.
And then that November, I did a stream from the parks. I
Okay.
think I did 1 or
Because
2
I
streams.
remember that. And somebody was like, I don't know, somebody was helping you out with something, and I don't know, there was something that
Yeah, it was
just
chaos.
yes, yes, yeah.
I would say my streams used to be chaos, but they still are. Yeah,
No.
I was chasing Corey, Donna, and Richard down that November because I had become friends with Donna and Richard that summer. I had become friends with them, so we had made plans to meet up, and then I just could not find them in November. I was having difficulty finding them,
Yeah,
like,
that's
the
fine.
whole time. But so what do you like, is there anything that is gonna be happening in 2022 for you, Ange? Anything
Well,
specific?
the big thing is Zach's gonna graduate, so
Woo!
that's gonna
That's
be
very
crazy.
exciting. Are we gonna be doing a graduation party stream for him as well?
Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do because I mean, we're not gonna have a traditional graduation party because we don't really know people down here, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't
Well,
know.
that's
So
what we
yeah, he
did.
graduates. Yeah, we got to figure out, where he's going to go to college. He still needs to
Apply.
apply and do that, which I think that probably should have already been done, but it's like everything's just so up in the air
Yeah.
and back and forth. So,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah,
so
well, I put my applications in, I believe towards the beginning of December or the end of November, I think I did.
yeah.
I don't need to write essays for
Okay.
school because I do auditions.
Yeah.
Because I'm a
Yeah.
music major, I don't have to write a letter, like, I don't
Right.
have to write an essay convincing them to let me go to the school, I have to physically, which I don't like doing the auditions because it's so nerve-wracking and it's so stressful, and I'm like, I'm so convinced I'm just not gonna get accepted to either one, and then I'm gonna have
Right.
to think, and I'm not gonna get a bachelor's degree, I'm not gonna become a teacher, like, those are the
Oh,
thoughts in the back of my brain, is
no.
that I won't get accepted anywhere.
Mhm.
Because I initially was only gonna audition for Potsdam because I hadn't even given Fredonia a thought,
Yeah.
but someone was like, "Oh, you should really look at Fredonia." Like, my teacher was like, "Oh, you should really look at Fredonia, you should look at their pricing." And I looked at Fredonia and it's the same pricing as Potsdam, so I was like, "Actually, I will look at Fredonia." And so I applied for Fredonia. They got my
Mhm.
applications, and I have audition dates for both of them.
Okay.
So all I really have to do is get letters of recommendation. I
Mhm.
believe I believe I need to get letters. Oh, I don't think I need letters of recommendation for Fredonia. I think I do for Potsdam though.
Okay. Okay.
And then
Yeah.
yeah. So that'll be fun.
Mhm. Yeah. So I don't know. Zach, he's talking about UF, he's talking about UCF. Either place he's gonna have to stay on campus because it's too
Yeah.
far of a drive. So I just think UF is all the way up in Gainesville, so that's like 2.5 hours away. Like that just makes me think, oh my gosh, for him to be
Mhm.
that far away. But I don't know. We'll
Yeah.
see.
What does he wanna do? Like, what does he wanna
Just
go into?
business.
Okay.
Yeah, probably business. Yeah. Yeah.
You
So
know what
he has
Abby's
an
gonna wanna
interest in
do?
that.
Does she know?
Abby? No. No. She had been thinking about like hospitality and stuff, but I keep hearing that's a tough field to be in, a lot of long hours and
Yeah.
crazy weekend working and all that stuff. So I don't know.
I can't do anything that has to do with hospitality. I can't do anything medical. Not hospitality, does that have to do with, is that
Hotels?
that's hotels, okay. Because when I hear hospitality, I think nursing homes. Um,
Yeah, no, no, like hotels and
yeah,
like event
I
planning and
I
all
could
that
see her
kind of
doing
stuff.
that, actually. You can get a job for
Yeah,
Disney.
right. But ooh,
Hospitality for Disney. Like, when I was younger, I didn't know what I wanted to do. But I think around the middle of high school is when I decided I definitely wanted to do music.
Mhm.
I don't know why. I don't remember what my initial, like, decision was to do music. Um,
Right.
but I spent a lot of time being like, "Oh, I don't know what I wanna do," and, like, for literally 2 moments, I was like, "Well, what about being a nurse?" But also, I'm an extreme hypochondriac,
Yeah.
so I can't really do anything regarding medical,
Yeah.
because then
Yeah.
I will just be convinced I'm dying
Yeah, 'cause you'll worry about it. You
all the
sound like
time.
Zach, he's the same way.
Yep. I am a major
Yeah.
hypochondriac, if anybody didn't know that, which probably didn't because I don't talk about it.
That's okay. Like I said, Zach's like that too, so.
Which has made, the situation right now with COVID very frustrating, is because
Yeah.
I never
Yeah.
know what's going on.
Yeah, well, Zach, I think what set him off was when he was in, like, elementary school, they showed him a video or a movie about someone who had ALS, and I can't remember, is it a big football player or a big someone in
I don't remember.
sports? I think it was Lou is it Lou Gehrig? I don't know, but anyway, he saw this movie about ALS, he was convinced he had it then, like, and he's like,
Yep.
"I think I have ALS," and because I think it was just so devastating, like, watching this man suffer, um, I think it was Lou Gehrig or something, but whatever that is, but anyway, he, he's
Yep.
convinced yeah, Lou Gehrig, that's right. He watched that and they showed those kids that movie, and it affected him to this day. He's convinced, in different points in his life that he has ALS, because it was
I'm
just
always
devastating.
convinced there's something wrong with me. Well, the problem is, regarding symptoms right now for, the pandemic, um, it's not as extreme as it used to be with, like, the certain things. So, one of the symptoms is congestion. I have been permanently congested since, like, September. I can't breathe out of my nose 99% of the time.
Yeah,
I have such a difficult time breathing out of my nose because 'cause I'm constantly congested.
yeah,
So, all the time, I'm like, "Well, is it the congestion or do I have COVID?"
yeah.
Same thing with, sore throat. I had a really sometimes with the congestion, I get postnasal drip, and it makes my throat hurt.
Yes.
Am I just sick or do I have COVID? That's what I mean. I have chronic back and neck pain. I get chronic
Mhm,
migraines. I can't
mhm.
go a week without getting at least 3 migraines. I am always waking up in pain with migraines and stuff, and it's sad. It's very frustrating. I used to go to physical therapy for it, but because of COVID,
Uh-huh.
it's not really something I can do.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
I, you know, I s the way I sleep, I've been trying different methods of sleeping. I've been starting doing different stretches and stuff just because my back pain is so bad all the
yeah,
time.
yeah,
Like, right
yes.
now,
Yeah,
my back is
yeah,
cracking like crazy because
yeah.
I'm
Yeah, Zach doesn't
I
worry
also have
about
really
that.
bad posture.
He just worries about ALS.
No, I'm always worried about everything, literally everything. I get a headache, I'm like, "That's it. I'm dying." I get the worst the most random things. There was a point in time I was convinced I had blood clots in my legs. I was in, like, 3rd grade. Why
Aw,
was I
Kenzie.
worried about blood clots when I was a 3rd grader? You know what I mean? I was just always convinced I had something wrong with me all the time.
Right. Right, right, right. Yeah. Aw.
Yeah.
Somebody showed you a movie at some point and you just were,
Yep.
like, convinced, right?
Yep.
Oh. Oh,
I,
man.
uh I can't watch certain medical I tried Grey's Anatomy. I've watched probably the first few seasons of Grey's Anatomy, but I can't get into it anymore because there's always, someone goes in for a minor headache and they die, by the end of the episode because they had some rare condition that they didn't know about. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's why I can't do it.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
Keith has a story for us.
Keith! Keith, I'll send you the link, buddy. I will. You got a story. That'll ease my mind.
That'll
yeah.
take your mind off of it.
Yeah, I'm always worried something's wrong with me. So,
Yeah.
I kind of have to sometimes I'll like go and see my doctor and I'll just be like, "Can you just like check, make sure everything's okay?" And then I'll be convinced I'm okay for like the next 6 months. Like
Yeah.
that's normally how it goes for me is that, if I'm having issues, like if I get a pain in my chest, I'm like, "Oh my God." But then I'm like, "Wait, my doctor literally a month ago told me that I have good lungs, so I need to calm down."
Yes. 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 Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
See,
that's the
Zach,
scary thing.
I
Those
know.
things
That's
are
poor,
true.
poor Amy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Zach worries about the chest pain too. He thinks he's having a heart attack, but
Yep.
I'm like, Zach, we've had your heart checked. You're not having a heart attack. So,
Yeah. There have been times I'm like scared I'm having a stroke.
oh, geez.
Well, because I have a friend who had a stroke really, really young. So,
Oh, yeah. See, and that kind
yeah.
of you kind of remember that in the back of your mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Zach watched my brother die. He had cancer. He watched my dad. My dad had a brain aneurysm and died. So, unfortunately, he was exposed to all that.
Yeah.
So he remembers that
And
stuff.
Nick, you're correct. I have, in high school, I was telling my doctor about all of these issues, and she was like, "I think you have anxiety. Like, I think you have like severe anxiety." So I did see a therapist for a little while, but that wasn't helping at all. So, as of right now, I do have anxiety. I still do. I haven't had an anxiety attack in the past probably few months. I think I had one during the school year just because of some things that were going on, but it's a far less frequent than it was. I used to have them a lot when I was in high school.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
were not
And that's
good.
understandable. I mean, right now with the way things are going with with the world, and it
Yeah.
makes all of us, even if we've never had anxiety before, it makes us anxious.
Yeah.
Keith said Lisa's cooking dinner, so she can't stop me. That's
Oh
funny.
goodness. Sebastian the Crab, welcome in. But yeah, so I do have anxiety. It's not as bad as it was before. But it
Yeah.
is what it is. And I also have a really
Yes.
good support system with, my parents and Matt's family and you guys and I have a good support system.
That's good. That's good. Very important. Uh-oh.
Lisa, you want to eat?
Lisa's gonna withhold food.
She will. You are
She's
not
gonna
allowed food. Yeah. So that's just what life is. But back
Yeah.
to 2020. Hopefully. Oh,
2022.
Michelle, hello.
Yeah, we have Zach's graduation to look forward to and starting college. Those are my big things. So
That is very exciting. I'm excited for him.
yeah. Yeah.
I think he'll enjoy college life.
I hope so. I don't even want to think about it, Kenzie. I'm gonna be a
Yeah.
mess. You know?
Well, that's why I went to community college for my for the first 2 years.
Yeah.
One of those reasons being financially wise, it was best for us. But
Yes.
also I didn't want to be 4 hours away from home
Right. Right.
immediately
And
out of high school.
see, and we go through that too, but then Zach wants to be in the marching band. So if he wants to be in the marching band, like you kind of have to be on campus at the school,
Yeah. Yep.
So I think that's really where we have to decide what he wants to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah,
But
that's what it's gonna come to. Yeah.
yeah, and is it as important to be in the marching band like if you're not a music major? Like I think if someone's a music major, then the marching band like kind of rounds you out. Like Zach's going to school for business. Like he really doesn't have to be in the marching band. You know what I mean? So
Well, what I would say about that is that I'm glad he wants to do the marching band because, um, it shows that even after high school's done, he's still dedicated to the trumpet. You know what I mean?
that's
Like,
true.
he can continue if he wants to go into business, um, like, I think that'll be really good for him. I'm happy for him to do that, but I'm really glad he wants to keep music in his life because a lot of people will, be so, like, dedicated to music in high school, and then they graduate, and then they never touch their instrument ever again, and then later on in their life, they realize, I should have stuck with it. I shoulda
Right.
even to keep it a hobby, you know what I mean? Like, even if it's
Yes.
something he only picks up, like, every once in a while, as I think it'll be good for him to still have it because
Right.
music is so important, and him doing that will also be beneficial for other musicians because coming from someone who goes to a music school,
Mhm.
we need a lot of musicians.
Yeah, and
Like,
even like what Amy says, it's a good way to meet people, you
oh,
know?
yeah, definitely.
So, yeah, I think it'll be good for him. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
band music, I think that is a huge, huge part of life that sometimes people don't realize how important
Right.
it is.
Yes. I mean, Abby met two of the nicest girls, like they're her best friends down here right now through the marching band. And their parents are wonderful, and we've all become friends, like the three families. We're all friends now because, she met these
Mhm.
girls in the band. So,
Yeah, Phantasmic Chronicles, welcome in.
Keith, you still have your trumpet? Is
I wanna hear
that
that.
true? I know. We gotta tell next time he comes to visit, he has to bring his trumpet.
Oh,
So,
yeah, that'll be amazing.
yes.
But, yeah, like, I think even if I've always, like, felt that even if you don't continue on in music as a career choice, you should still keep music in your life and, um, keep having that there.
Yes.
You know what I
I
mean?
agree.
Like, I know I've heard it dozens of times from people. That's what happens when
Oh,
you live 2 minutes from a hospital. Um,
oh.
I bet Keith played his trumpet on stage with the police.
Roxanne. Doo-doo.
That's amazing.
Oh
Yeah,
my.
so I think I've heard it too many times from people later on in life that they wished they had continued music, even if
Yeah,
they didn't keep it as their career, because It it genuinely is something that can help your mental health, like Sebastian the
sure.
Crab, like, it's helpful for your mental health, it helps your social life, honestly, like, it can help you with a lot of things, and I think it's not a skill that you're gonna regret having,
Right. I agree. I agree.
and
And it's
that's why
something they can't take
what?
it away from you either. You can't be
Yeah,
taken away from you. That knowledge and that skill. Yeah.
yeah, and that's why Matt wants to go back into playing the French horn.
Mhm.
Keith played the baritone horn in high school. That's cool. I listen, I have played 2 brass instruments in my life. That's the trumpet and the trombone, and that was, um, last semester for my brass tech class. This semester I'm taking a woodwind tech class, which isn't as helpful for me because I already know how to play saxophone and clarinet, but I'm learning how to play flute, so
Yay. Oh, wow.
that's
My daughter
awesome.
is rehearsing for state band auditions on French horn. That's cool.
That is really cool. Yeah, I am glad that I'm continuing in music. I know that I'm not going to be a, professional clarinet player that plays in bands. That's not something I want in my life,
Right.
but I really enjoy playing clarinet. It's like I really love playing it. It's a really
Yeah.
great instrument, and maybe Maybe clarinet is a little bit of an oversaturated area right now because everybody plays clarinet, but
No, I
it
don't
is
think
it is a
so.
very great instrument, and it's a good skill to have.
Yeah.
Lori Jean, welcome in. Happy New Year. Yeah, and I'm hoping that once I learn flute and I get better at saxophone, that hopefully I'll be able to, play in, like, pits for musicals and stuff. Because normally, if you're a clarinet player and you're playing in a pit, your book for the show, your show music also includes all of the music for the flute and the saxophone because you're expected to, play on all of those.
Okay. Okay. Wow. Yeah,
So,
I'm glad she's trying out Jeanette because
that is cool.
Abby, she was going to, and then she ended up like at the last minute just getting so nervous about it. She ended up not doing it, but didn't
Yeah.
have that in Pennsylvania. They have it down here in Florida. So,
Well, it's funny because all of high school, um, I wasn't doing, like did you guys have anything like NYSSMA?
mm-mm. What is that? Is that like,
Um, uh, I don't know what it would be called in Pennsylvania.
well, what was it? Like a honors
Well,
band or like,
no, NYSSMA, it was New York let me look it up. So NYSSMA is, New York State School Music Association. So normally for NYSSMA, you would prepare a piece, you would go to a place, and you would perform in front of a judge. You would sight
oh, they
read
have
in
it here
front of
in
them.
Florida. Yeah,
Okay.
they have it here. I can't remember what it's called, but they're preparing for it right now. So,
Well, normally, you would do it, like, on your own. Like, you wouldn't do it with a big group, it would just be you.
yeah, just by yourself. Yeah.
So I did
Yep.
NYSSMA for quite a few years when I was younger. I believe I did 2 years on piano, and I did 2 years singing, actually.
Okay. Okay.
I As a clarinet major in college, I never once did NYSSMA with clarinet, like, at all.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
it was really weird that, for a lot of my life, I wasn't this extremely dedicated clarinet player. Clarinet was just something I did, and then
Mhm.
once I was kind of in high school and I was, getting more into it, it's like, you know, I was really enjoying it, and I didn't really wanna be a piano major, and I didn't wanna be a vocal major, and so clarinet was kinda like, I really love the clarinet, and
Yeah.
that love has only grown over the past 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm excited
That's
about
cool.
Zach graduating, though, that's really awesome.
I know. I try not to think about it too much.
I know, I'm sorry. I am excited for him, though. I really you guys should really do a graduation party stream like my parents and I did. That would be
Yeah.
really fun because people can,
Yeah.
come on and congratulate him and, give life
Yeah.
advice and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
Give him
Yeah. I
gifts.
might do that. We'll see.
You guys have a PO box down there?
We do. Mhm.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
people can send graduation cards.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would be really awesome. I know I definitely will.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll see.
I know you don't wanna think about it, but
I know. I know. It's still a ways off, I keep telling myself.
oh, yeah.
But it's not. It's like what, 5 months, 6 months away, 5 months.
Sebastian the Crab, I'm a few years behind you. My oldest learns to drive this spring.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Well, I
geez, yeah.
remember it wasn't when we first became friends, that was when Zach was first starting to drive.
Yeah, and
I
he
remember
has
that.
his license now, but he hardly drives down here because driving down here is a whole other world, you know?
Yeah.
It's crazy down here, so
See, I have been not using my car as much as physically possible over winter break, um, because I drive 2 hours every single day during the school year,
yeah.
which is horrible on my mileage and horrible on gas. So,
Mhm.
once the semester was over, I have not filled up my tank since I finished, and I'm on empty right now, and I'm just not using my car.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
told Matt, I'm like, "I'm so tired of driving, you need to drive me everywhere." I drive
yeah,
so much, I'm tired of it.
yeah, yeah, Yeah. Good for you. You need a little break.
And then my parents, Matt and I, will be in Disney in June, which will be very exciting. Very, very excited
Yay.
about that.
That's exciting.
And then mom and I are going to be there a few days before June in May for mother-daughter trip, and then the guys are going to fly down.
Nice.
So that'll be
That's
fun.
exciting. Yes. I'm looking forward to that too.
That is going to be awesome. So,
Yes.
got 5 minutes left. What do you got coming up?
Just keep a lookout for some videos I'm going to be putting out this week. And then Thursday, I think instead of doing Dreaming with Our Pals at the park, I think we're going to do like a premiere at 5 o'clock where we can
Okay.
all like jump in and chat. I did a day, I did like a Dreaming with Our Pals last week right after Christmas with Ivone. She was there. And then we saw the Rainwaters family, like we saw some people. So I think we'll just do that like a premiere. And then hopefully
Okay.
we'll be in the parks this weekend. But we have our race this weekend too, which is going to be
Yeah.
interesting. So yeah.
Well, if you were gonna do if you decide to do Dreaming with Our Pals like this, like a stream and not a premiere, let me know because I can definitely do that.
Okay. Yeah. Because I guess we could do just like a stream where we chat too. So, but
Yeah,
yeah, we'll
that's up
do
to
one
you
or
though.
the
I'm just
other.
letting you know that I'm available for that.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll figure something out for Thursday. Yeah, that's a good idea. I keep forgetting about that. That we could also do that, you know?
Yeah.
So
And then
oh, are we
it's
gonna
gonna
do
be
pizza Friday, Ken's?
I believe so.
Somebody talked about maybe pizza. Okay. Maybe
I'll double check with
Tracy.
Dad later.
Okay, we'll talk about it. Okay, sounds good.
So, and then watch out for videos on Dad's channel for the next like month. We have a lot of hot sauce coming in the mail from people.
Hot sauce.
A lot of hot sauce for Matt and Dad to try. So check out Dad's Vlogmas from last month. And then check out Dogmas from last month with Jasmine. She's really upset that Dogmas isn't happening anymore. But look out for hot sauce vlogs. Those will be hopefully frequent because I think they're hilarious and I'm really excited about them. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm gonna end like a minute early. So thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate you all hanging out with me. I'm very much looking forward to 2022 with everybody in this community. Turning 20 is going to be really great. Like the fact that I've been in this community for so long that you guys have watched me graduate high school, turn 18, and hopefully watch me, get my associate's degree. That's insane.
It is.
So, you guys have been a really insanely important part of my life for the past few years, and I'm just looking forward to so many more years of it. Like, just going forward. I don't see an end in sight. Not an end in sight.
Yes, I
Like
agree.
I've already told Matt, I was like, Jeff and Ange are coming to our wedding when we get married. I'm like, Jeff and Ange are coming. So
Well, we have to, right?
yeah. Like I told him, I was like, there's no end in sight with any of this community stuff because I'm gonna be vlogging stuff when I have kids someday. Like I'm gonna be just because that's what the channel's about. It's about documenting my life and it's about sharing my life with everybody. Like obviously I focus a lot on Disney, but Disney isn't the reason I have my channel. The reason I have my channel is to share my life with people and to document it. So in a few years I can look back and watch the NFL game that we went to and watch all these other things and look back and because our memories aren't perfect. Nobody's
Right.
it. Well, except people with photographic memory, but nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect in their
Yes.
memory, and you say that like I have an issue with it. Yeah, no. If I didn't have the idea, Matt would have been like, "Oh yeah, Jeff and Ange are coming to our wedding." So thank you guys so much for being here. I love you all so much, and I will see you in the next streams in 2022.
Bye, everyone.